been primarily involved in the power industry for sort of more than 30 years, and it's been an evolution, I suppose, of looking at projects that what I've had to do in raising venture capital against projects is to make sure they've got a commercial determinant. Every time that we go to discuss the opportunities of where my business life has been, it's always been driven by the bankers that are going to stand behind and support. I'd just like to add, and also at the onset, that Gredex have basically been the beneficiary of 9 sustainability awards in this last 12 months, including the coveted Banksia Award that was presented by John Howard to us there last year. And I think it's something testimonial to the association, I suppose, with those engineers that we have in-house that have been able to do the R&D to get us ahead of the game internationally. So we've got to look at, I suppose, where the need is. And I was just saying to someone before we joined here, whenever we get bankers involved, I always seem to be seated next to the various relative ministers, and I always sort of hear the position. And I was telling someone before we came in here that they are really constrained by the fact they want to see something completed in a 4-year term. So this is why we're not seeing the opportunities to embrace where we need to be, unless it can be something that the TUDOS attached to that particular opportunity that's been begun at the start of their term is completed within that position. Part of what we've also done in here in cooperation with Griffith Hack, we've developed some greenhouse-friendly appliances. Because when we're producing electricity, we're cooling our generators down with water, and that water is reticulated, as it is through most of Europe, through district heating systems. The difference what we're doing now in Australia, where we've got a very temperate climate, is we have to find better uses for the heat because we don't have the long pronounced winters that they do in Europe. So we've developed up appliances that use water, hot water, instead of the resistive electrical elements. Energy efficiency for homes, or what in New South Wales we call the BASIC scheme, BASIX, is something that's becoming to the notice of bankers. What it means is that if you're going to get the full complement of loan for your home had better be a 6-star home, because it needs to be more marketable above others. We also, as Tim had suggested, we've broken the mould where if it's going to be greener, it's going to cost you more. We've been able to discount the bills of the electricity component to the consumers. Now we've got coal as a very cheap fuel, but when Gredex becomes involved, we're using natural gas as our fuel primarily, and we're able to produce from that 1 unit of energy primarily the actual cooling and heating and power for those homes. So with those sales of energies and the export component that's not there, it allows us to be cost effective with the traditional providers. We're looking very heavily at the fact of giving appliances away for the same reasons. We want to capture the carbon savings of those appliances, and when I look at what the actual manufactured cost of a dishwasher we've taken to the Pikal family, Fisher and Pikal family, at length, and we can have products made, dishwashers are landed here for $140, so we're saying that in fact it's probably more optimum for us to be able to provide a service whereby we then give those appliances away and do what Easy Being Green did with light loads. Except we've got 3.6 kilowatts of load we're delivering to those people rather than 350 watts of lighting energy.